All right, good evening, everyone. Team Fireball, welcome to the call. If you're here live, thank you. If you are joining us on Facebook Live, thank you. And if you are catching the replay, we're so glad that you're catching the replay. My name is Jenny Field. I am Pro 4 with LifeVantage. I have been with the company now 3.5-ish years and loving every single minute of it, and just love the community, love the company, and we're going to get all of that 10 times in a couple days when we go to convention and when we get to see each other and hug each other and see corporate and just rub shoulders with the elites and everybody else that is in the company that's coming to convention. So if you're coming to convention, raise your hand. I'm so excited. And Christy made the horse emojis. Like, it is going to be so awesome. But yes, I'm so excited. Just to see what LifeVantage comes out with, get our training, get just get all the good stuff, you guys. So if you have not registered, it's not too late. You can still come. We can throw you in a room somewhere. We'll figure it out. But anyways, that was really just the announcement. I don't really have any other announcements, except for we were talking about just before I hit record about the collagen back order. If you are waiting for collagen, or if you have customers waiting for collagen, please be patient. We are having an issue, I guess, with customs of getting the ruby red quinoa through customs from China. You know, if it's not one thing, it's another, but that's okay. So it'll get here and everybody will get their collagen super fast. And it's honestly, you guys, it's a good thing that, well, I shouldn't say it's a good thing that that's stuck, but we have had such an amazing response with our collagen and have had so many orders come through that we're now kind of in this place where we've got to fulfill more and we've got to make more, and they're so excited to get more. So if you have customers that are kind of not happy about it, tell them to hang in there. It's okay. Or if you have new customers, this was something that I read on one of the text feeds, was if you have new customers wanting to get our collagen, they're more than welcome to place an order. They just need to know that it is on back order, and we don't have an actual estimated time at the moment of when it'll be shipped out. Or you can tell them, I will put you on the wait list. You just create the wait list yourself. And when we get that information as distributors from the company of when production is going to start again, when things will be shipping again, we can then make the phone call to them and say, hey, it's here, it's ready. Are you ready to order? So you can do kind of one of two things, whatever you feel comfortable doing, and whatever your customer, feels comfortable doing. So just wanted to highlight that really quick, because I know we all love our collagen. And yeah, I've had to go every other day because I'm giving Matt the collagen every single day because of his foot. So I'm taking the one for the team and I'm like, all right, I will have mine every other day. You get one every day. You're healing, your body's healing. All right, moving on. We had 2 distributors with new enrollments last week. So we always like to congratulate those distributors on getting new enrollments, because like we say all the time, it is not easy. And sometimes we follow up and we follow up and we follow up, and it's months down the road that they finally place an order. So first one, Carol Betts, congratulations on getting a new customer. You are awesome. You are still moving and grooving, and you are just, I'm in awe. I truly am. And you just keep doing what you're doing and you're going to get there. So congratulations. And then I got a new customer too. So it's always, I don't know about you guys, it's always weird, like congratulating yourself. But we have to take Christy's advice from a couple weeks ago when she did her call. Like, we got to high five ourselves, right? Like, we got to acknowledge that and high five ourselves, even though it's hard and sometimes it's awkward, or we don't feel like we should really celebrate us, but we need to. So congratulations, Carol and me. High five. All right, you guys. So tonight I wanted to kind of piggyback a little bit on Allison's call that she did a couple weeks ago. She highlighted a book and talked about a social media platform called LinkedIn. And I promote a lot of my business on social media. I think it's a great way to get in front of a whole lot of people. And in some ways, you can hide behind the screen, which is great. But when she talked about LinkedIn, my ears kind of perked up because I mainly do everything on Facebook and I do a little bit on Instagram. My two accounts are linked, so there's times when my stories are the same and they just, upload to both platforms. But I am definitely more well-rounded and well-versed in Facebook. Like, I know the ins and outs of Facebook. Learning more about Instagram, but have never even dived into LinkedIn. I had a profile with LinkedIn. I've had that for years, but I have never once posted on there. And honestly, I thought it was like for people in the corporate world, which it is, just looking for employees or other people like that, which it is. But what perked my ears was how much further of a reach we can get if we utilize LinkedIn the right way. So when Allison said and talked about this book, you guys, I was going to try to make a PowerPoint and I just did not have time to. The day has been quackle. That's what I told Christy and Alice earlier today. It's been crazy. Anyways, so I will put all of the information in like the WhatsApp feed and on our Facebook pages for like links to get these books that I'm going to talk about. But she talked about this book. It is called The LinkedIn Book for Network Marketers, and it's Simple Strategies for Massive Success. It's on Audible. I ordered it on Audible first. And when I started listening to on Audible, I was like, I need a hard copy because I need to be going in and highlighting. I need to be underlining everything he was saying. When I was listening to the Audible, I was like, I got to visually see this. I can't just listen to it because there is so much jam-packed into, it's not a very big read. It literally was a 2-hour listen on Audible. And there's only, 8 chapters, 9 chapters if you want to listen to his stories. You skip the last chapter, guys. So it's a super, super quick read, but get the hard copy. Don't get the Audible because you're going to want to highlight and you're going to want to underline and circle and be able to go back and reference things that he says in the book. Okay, not only do you want to get the book, there's a workbook that goes with it. And I got both of them on Amazon. So you're going to want the workbook as well, because he gives all kinds of verbiage examples, strategies on how to really utilize the LinkedIn platform in such an incredible way. So what I want to highlight on the call tonight is just go over the chapters and give you just a highlight of each one, because there is just such incredible information in each one of the chapters. So chapter 1, he talks about creating the perfect profile. And this is so important because that's the first thing that people are going to go look at when they click on you. It takes them right to your profile. So he talks about wanting to make sure it's eye appealing, you have the right content in there, and you're capturing the audience that you're looking for. So you want a professional picture as your picture on there. So find something that's clear, that's just you. It doesn't have to be a professional photo, but some sort of headshot or something like that, that shows you, not your dog, not your horse, not your kids, because this LinkedIn platform is where we have people on here that are looking for jobs. We have CEOs, we have executive, corporate people. There's big people on here. And so you want to look as professional as possible. Also, he talks about having a really good bio. So he does not, or he says, don't use words as far as your company or anything like that. You can talk about being an entrepreneur, but talk about things that are special to you. So if you're a health advocate or wellness, different key phrases like that, you could put that in your bio. And then he also says to fill out every single section of the profile sheet. The more information that you can give people, the more they're going to want to stay connected with you and stay reading into your page. Okay, chapter 2 is using the search engine and groups to build our network. And this is kind of similar to Facebook, I guess, but so much more expanded, because we can search within our first connections, but then we can also search into second connections and so on. And so he talks about being specific about what you're searching for. So you would want to search for people that are in the same industry as you or the same background that you have. So for me, massage has been a background in my career. I could search something that said, massage therapists. I could be even more specific to say in Reno, Nevada, or if I wanted to go into another city. So the broader you are, the more you're going to get connections. They're going to show connections. And then, the broader you are in it, but then as you narrow it down, it narrows down your connections. And he said, this is really important. You want to see the broad picture, but then you also want to narrow it down to really specific connections. And those are the ones that you want to friend and connect with as you start out. And then the second connections that he talks about are people that are connected to the people that you're already connected to. So it's kind of like your friends of your friends on Facebook, but LinkedIn doesn't block those people from you, if that makes sense. Those second connections you're still able to see them and they're still able to see you. So that is one thing that is a little bit different from Facebook or Instagram to LinkedIn, is you just have a broader spectrum of people that are are seeing your posts or seeing what you're putting out on there, or those connections that you can come into. All right, moving on. Chapter 3 is exploring the size of your network. And he has a really specific way to do this. And it's gonna take me some time to like get into it. But he says it works. So he talks specifically about committing every single day and reaching out to like 25 to 50 connections. That seems like a lot to me. Yeah. But he said, if you do that, you're able to build your network and those connections really fast. Oh, Allison, you got unmute. I'm going to mute you. There you go. Okay. Okay. So he said on Mondays and Fridays, I'm reading this off here because I want to make sure I have it give you the right things. On Mondays and Fridays, you're going to search in like your first connections. And then on Tuesdays and like Wednesdays and Thursdays, you can search out into like second connections. So it's very specific. And it's more information than what I can give you right now, but just know there's like, he talks about specific days, searching in specific areas. And that way you're able to find those real ideal connections and potentially business partners that you're going to want to reach out to and talk to. He also talks about keeping track of this, which is really key. So, getting a notebook, writing out what you're doing every single day will help you stay on track. When you're searching connections in LinkedIn, you can go back, like, so say you searched on Monday, it'll keep a list and like a tally of the people that you're looking at. And he just recommends that wherever you stop the day before, write that person's name down so that the next day you can go back to it, you can find that person's name, and then you can go down from there, if that makes sense. Okay, chapter 4 talks all about how to start conversations with now all of those connections that you have built in LinkedIn. Oh, and before I go into the conversations, I just wanted to point out how much of a bigger reach you can have on LinkedIn. You can have up to 30,000 friends, connections, whatever they call them on LinkedIn, compared to 5,000 is your max on Facebook. So you're really able to be in front of so many more people using LinkedIn. Okay, chapter 4 talks about conversations. And this is where he does get really, really specific on what to say, how to say it, how to start a conversation. So when you message someone, he says, always start with their name first and the reason why you're reaching out. And second, the reason why you reach out. Second, without pitching or selling anything. So we just want to reach out to them, say hi, and just you're looking for connections, basically. He goes, that's what I say a lot of times is like, I see you're, maybe interested in this. I am too. I'm looking for people to connect with, and leave it at that. Instead of getting into a big deep dive of the first conversation that you have with them about products or business or anything like that. And you want, obviously, to want those connections to feel authentic, right? Like we talk about this a lot, even when we're connecting with people through, whether it's through Facebook or text message or in person or whatnot. And then from there, he gives more scripts of really what to say. I'm going to run out of time, you guys. Okay, we're going to move on. Chapter 5 talks about someone trying to get somebody on the phone. So once you've made those first initial connections, you've had a little bit of a conversation with them, the next step is to actually get them on a phone call. And he says he likes to do Zoom so that he can see the other person's face, and the other person can see their face, his face. And when you get them on that phone call, the biggest thing that he says to do is to let the other person talk. And for us to just sit back and listen, because as you ask them, different questions about who they are, what they do, and as they start talking, we all know people are going to give us their pain points. And then from there, you're able to come back and say, whatever it is that they have that pain point with, and then get them on another phone call. So your first initial call really is not about making a sale or asking for business or anything like that. It's just to get to know the person and then share with them that I have something that you might be really interested in because of what you said here. Are you able to get on another phone call with me? So it kind of is like a step-by-step process that he talks about. So that's chapter 5. Chapter 6 talks about creating engaging posts on LinkedIn. And this was really kind of a cool chapter to listen to because he talks a lot about like what to put on there. He talks about some articles that you can write. This is definitely something that I'm going to have to go back to and reread and keep redoing it so that I can kind of like learn it a little bit better. But he talks about making sure that you give information that's relevant, relatable, and real, and make it something that your ideal audience is likely to resonate with. So, giving solutions to things, talking about, maybe some problems that you're having and then a solution to that. He does say, don't make every post about your business. Being overly promotional is a turnoff. I think that's with any social media platform. He likes to give posts that have engaging material to bring audience closer into you, brings the audience into your page. And then those can be great conversation starters for you when you have those engaging posts. Chapter 7 talks about publishing articles and using group discussions. The publishing articles thing was very foreign when I was reading it, and that's something that I'm going to have to go back and read on more and learn a little bit more about. But there are tons of groups in LinkedIn, and you can join and be a part of so many groups. So definitely search out groups and join those groups, and then engage in the discussions within the groups. And he talks about that as well, as how when you engage in the discussions, it brings people, obviously your presence to people, and then it helps filter them to your original feed, your feed, so that they can come see your posts that you're putting on LinkedIn. But then it'll also lead to messaging and starting conversations with those people. And then Chapter 8 talks about leveraging daily notifications to start conversations. So each day you usually get notifications. A lot of people will automatically reach out to you. And I've only been on LinkedIn now for like 2 weeks. And I really have not engaged a whole lot. But I have tried to put some posts on there. And I've already had people like reach out to me and ask for, conversations, basically. Just that is really like people are on there looking to have conversations. So it gives you in the top corner. Well, this is on a phone. I've never done it on an internet browser, like on your laptop. So it's all on my phone, but in the top right corner, it's got like a little bubble with the 3 dots. That's your notification center. It'll give you, like you have 3. It's got a 3 there if you have 3 notifications. And you just click on it. But he talks about how to leverage those notifications to start conversations. Same thing like Facebook. He talks about wishing people happy birthday. On LinkedIn, it tells you people's work anniversaries. So when you get that notification that so-and-so has a 1 year, 5 year, 10-year work anniversary, you could go over into the message section and wish them a happy work anniversary. And just, start a conversation in that aspect of, do you like your job? How have you liked it for the last couple of years? I saw you had a work anniversary, something like that. Keep it casual. And then he says here, if you are sending 5 to 10 messages a day, then sending out like those little automated messages of like happy birthday or whatnot can be part of those 5 to 10, and it just makes it kind of simple. They do give default messages that you can just click on and it automatically like posts it. So you can use that, but he said he also likes to customize those automated messages. So, you could click on it and then kind of add your own little ending to it if you want to. That helps to keep it, customized and personable to you. Okay, that was real quick. We're like used up all the 30 minutes. I think I want to open it up really quick to see if anybody has any questions about the books, the LinkedIn. I felt like there was something else I was going to say, but I lost my train of thought. So now I don't know.
Hey, Penny, I have a question.
Yeah.
What's in the workbook?
So the workbook has each chapter broken down, and then it gives like examples of like wording, and then like it just kind of gives like examples of stuff that you can put in your posts. Kind of breaks it down a little bit further than the book itself. So it's more interactive than the book.
Great, thanks.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw it on the chat, Jenny, but while you were talking, I went on to Amazon and I have Kindle Unlimited. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can actually get the book for free.
Oh, on your Kindle?
Yeah, so you could read it on your Kindle and buy the workbook. So you had something hard copy, and you can highlight text on Kindle. So.
Oh, perfect. I'm so glad that you found that. Good. Yay. Awesome. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, I think the workbook is really good addition to it because it gives you spaces that you can write in like your own things, like gives you examples, and then you could write your own things down to kind of just get what's in your mind on paper before you would go send it to somebody. So I think the workbook is handy to have. I do remember now what I was going to kind of finish out the call with. What I have been posting the last couple days on LinkedIn is LifeVantage gives us that monthly calendar. They're kind of like scripted things. It comes through Dropbox. And I think it's called the Monthly Calendar Playbook. Anyways, that's what I've been using because it doesn't seem super salesy, but it gives great information. So it says something like, how to activate your NRF2 pathway, or, what is NAD, different things like that, that are real short. But sometimes it gives a link that you can copy and paste in, and it's basically from your website, and then it's the article or the information on that, say it's NRF2 or NAD. So I've been using that for my posts for LinkedIn for the last couple of weeks, just to kind of play around with it. But you can you could make any kind of post on there. Anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I just had a question. When he was talking about posting things that are not product or business related, just conversational type posts to get some, I guess, conversation started, did he give any examples? Because if you're not putting social things like your life and vacations and kids, what is it that they're throwing out there that get people's attention and want people coming back for more?
Yeah, so like he talks about he was in the personal trainer industry. So he posts content about stuff like that. Like, here are 5 tips of, to better your health, X, Y, and Z. Or, here is a great thing to drink more water every day, or things like that. So like for us, I feel like, with LifeVantage, we have so many great avenues to go down. So you could talk about gut health, you could talk about nootropic, you could talk about heart health, and give 3 to 5 examples of things that they could do, or, talk about you personally, these are things that I do to increase my energy, stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. That's a great call. I'm like, LinkedIn's always been kind of a mystery to me. So these calls have been really helpful.
Yeah, me too. And that's where I was kind of like, I had the app, and I've had a profile, but I've never posted on there, and I've always thought it was just, I don't know, weird. But he does talk about those people that are entrepreneurs, open-minded, top CEOs of their company, corporate people. Those are the type of people that are on LinkedIn. And so they already have the mindset of, business, having their own business, possibly starting a new business. Those are the people that are on LinkedIn. And so if we can just find the people that we're connected with, that we have those personal connections with, and then start conversations with them, he was like, the stories are unlimited of what I've built on, LinkedIn. So I think there's definitely potential there if you use it the right way.
And first, and I'll say too, first of all, I love, Jenny, that you talked about this. Mike was the one that enlightened me about LinkedIn, because he is like, his whole career has been in media, yet he has never had a Facebook account, an Instagram account. He refuses to get involved in social media. The only account he's had is LinkedIn. And well, now he says it's the worst, but it's because he's just, but it's because, but he said, I mean, it has become the social media for people looking for business, entrepreneurship. And he was the one that was like, you guys need to utilize this. And then when I like heard, that guy talk about it, it was just like, wow, we are not, because we're totally focusing on Facebook and Instagram and all these things. And it's like, but people don't go to those platforms looking for work, for money, for business, And so I think that's the key with LinkedIn. Is like they're trying to connect for career,
Right.
career avenues and different connections that way. So I think it just makes it an easier transition when we're, connecting with people that way. So anyway, yeah, great.
Awesome. When you just said talking about like people don't go to Facebook to make money, he talks about that in the book. And he said the average person on Facebook makes $30,000 a year. The average person on LinkedIn makes $100,000 a year. So yeah, he talks about a lot of that stuff. So if nothing else, if you don't want to read it or get the workbook, at least get the Audible and just listen, because he does give incredible stuff in there that you can utilize.
Thank you. That was awesome, Jenny.
Thanks. All right, you guys. Well, we'll end the call there. Everybody have a wonderful Monday night, and I will see all of you faces on Thursday.
Hey, quick.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so Jean's not coming. Does anyone see Jean? I mean, should I bring her shirt and give it to somebody?
Yes, she wants me to bring it to her.
All right,
So
darling.
I'll get it from you, Carol. Okay.
All right. I just wanted to check. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see you guys. Love you.
Me too. Love you all.
All right. Good night.
All right. Bye.